All right. Hello, everybody. How was your weekend? How was your booking frenzy? How was Mother's Day? Danny, I'm happy to see you. I didn't know if you'd be home yet from your trip. Danny, I would be happy if my mom was cleaning my kitchen. That's awesome. Moms like to help. Heather says, tired. I taught 23 classes over the weekend, a couple at 1 a.m. Oh boy, Heather. How was that divided up? How many on Saturday and how many on Sunday and how many in a row? All right. Hi, Evelyn. Um, Danny, how was your trip? It sounds like it was a lot of fun. I'm writing feedback and listening. Okay. And all right, well, we had a soccer game Saturday. It got rained out Sunday, and Sundays was far away, so I was happy with that. My Mother's Day was a little uneventful. I mean, we just stayed home. I didn't even get together with my parents. I had a crazy week last week. It's a long story, a very crazy week. But luckily, moms understand those kinds of things. And yes, yesterday, even when we tried to eat dinner together as a family, my son is getting over a sickness, and all he wanted was soup. You know, my daughter feels up and down. She didn't feel well. Ended up being me and my husband just for dinner for Mother's Day. 10 in a row each day. Wow, that's a lot, Heather. The most I ever do now is 10 in a row, and that's like a busy day. The most I've ever done, and that was back when I was trying to do overnights to establish myself, I did 20 in a row one time, and they all showed up. That was only once. Very quickly after 2 weeks of those overnights, I quit doing overnights. But yeah, Heather, great weekend to get lots of incentives. Memorial weekend, a lot of people are going to be away, and that's a great time to get bookings, and they're adding all this extra money for the peak slots. So really good opportunity for you, Heather, or anybody else. Danny said, trip was okay. I have a cold sore. It was chilly, but good to get away from chores for a few days. You look good in that blue sweater. Well, thank you. Yes, I don't always wear blue. Thank you. You have both incentives filled. I'm sure you do, because I know you work all the time. Yeah, and that's a great opportunity to get extra. How is everybody's booking frenzy? Mine wasn't that exciting, but I am taking off a lot of time in May. I'm working a few days at my other job, which means I couldn't open slots those days. My son has a soccer tournament coming up. I couldn't open any slots those days. I ended up having to reject a lot of priority booking requests, which I hate doing. And I lost one follower last weekend when I did it. I guess the parents think we have nothing better to do but sit around and teach classes, and they get offended if we can't. We have no other life outside of. But anyways, on the good side, I had two of my regulars book at times they don't normally book. I have one little boy, or little, he's actually big. I have one boy who he always books the 8 or the 9 hour somewhere in there, and he booked me at like 5:30. So I was like, oh, that is awesome. So now students are rearranging their schedule for me. That's kind of a nice thing. And another student also who booked me a different day. Yes, all work and no play. Yes. So, but the good news is some of them did move their schedule around because they wanted to take classes with me, and that feels good. Danny says, I don't even go for incentive anymore. One of the downfalls of wanting to book both companies almost equally. Yeah. Certain times of the year, like Thanksgiving, we never go away for Thanksgiving. So I'm able to get in on all the incentives that they give for Thanksgiving. And plus I get like new students. But other times, like May is busy and the kids are at the end of school. I've got the Lyme disease run. I've got a lot going on. So I did only have 12 this morning. But like I said, I rejected a lot. So yes, I had, or else I would have been sick. You had what? I'm not sure what you're responding to. Did you sleep in Mother's Day? Yes, I did, Danny. That felt good because I had to tell you on Saturday, I was like, when you do 4 a.m. and sometimes I get up at 5 every single day for a week and you haven't had a break, finally, like several days in a row, you're like, I'm just so tired. So I felt that way Saturday night. So Sunday, it felt good to sleep in. 12. What is 12? Oh, 12 at the booking frenzy. Right. Well, that's only because I don't have a lot of slots open, Danny. Yeah, that's not my normal booking frenzy. When is the run? It's next Sunday, a week from yesterday. Okay. And Evelyn said she only got 14. Do you not have a lot of slots open or something? Because definitely anyone who has slots open over Memorial Weekend is going to get some. My guess is you're going to get a lot. How was everybody's Mother's Day? Danny said already talked about hers. How about you, Evelyn, Heather? How were your Mother's Day? So, oh, Heather, you got 40. I'm sure you did if you opened Memorial Day weekend. Lots of teachers off. I got some priority booking requests for Memorial Day Monday that I have to go reject right now. You slept most of the day, Heather, and you had classes, right? Did you sleep after your classes? Evelyn said, I taught 4 classes on Mother's Day. I was kicking myself for accepting priority booking requests. Yeah. I was like, Mother's Day, I need to sleep. I used to be bad about saying no, just in general, not talking about online teaching. In general, I've gotten better about it. You guys, Gogokid is now going to have supplementary courses, just like VIPKID. They're coming out with free talk and phonics. So they have, I think we can do the training. They said starting this month. I have not checked the portal to see if we can start training now. But they come available in June, and then my understanding is in July we can teach them. So that sounds fun, especially free talk. I love free talk at VIPKID. So if anything like that, opportunity to get more classes and students. Oh, Heather said she pulled an all-nighter. Yeah, I did that at the beginning. It is exhausting. Oh, I'm sorry your Mother's Day was not good, Evelyn. Was it just because it was boring, or did something happen? I hope it's not because something happened. Congratulations, Evelyn, to your husband for graduating. I'm sure that's very hard to do when you have a family and kids. Lots of graduations this weekend. My cousin's son graduated. My son's coach graduated. Evelyn's husband. I saw all over Facebook people's family members, graduating. So it was a big college graduation weekend. So anyways, let me know. What did he graduate in, Evelyn? Oh, I saw it on Facebook. I can't remember. I'll let Evelyn reply to that. So is anybody going to do the extra classes at Gogokid? Let me know if you are. Okay, you guys, I have some things to talk about. Okay, so this is teaching related, not online teaching related, but it's also parent related. So almost all of us that watch my channel and are here now and listen to me are parents. I think I have one person that listens that's not a parent. She at least has worked in the school. So we're all parents, and or you've worked in the school. So you could give me your perspective on both. Evelyn said hubby got an associate's degree in biblical studies. Nice, Evelyn. What does he want? Does he want to be a preacher, a pastor? Yeah. And is he moving on to, is he going to go to a 4-year after this? Yeah, let us know. Okay, guys. So you may have heard about this because this has been on the news for a while, but I thought I would talk about it. So there is a principal in Houston, Texas, who gave the parents a dress code. So listen to this. When parents come to the school, you're not allowed to wear a satin cap or bonnet on your head for any reason. You also cannot wear a shower cap. A shower cap. And wait a second, for them to put this in here means that somebody actually did that. Somebody showed up with a shower cap, so they had to write rules. Okay, that's strange. I wear shower caps because sometimes, I want to take a shower and not wash my hair, but I'm embarrassed when I'm wearing a shower cap. I wouldn't even let the neighbors see me. So somebody went to school like that? Okay. Hair rollers will not be permitted in the building. Same. I would be embarrassed to wear hair rollers, but somebody obviously did this. Pajamas of any kind will not be permitted in the building, along with house shoes or any other attire that could possibly be pajamas, underwear, or homesteading wear, such as flannel pajamas. Okay, I have something to say about this. Are we talking about coming in for a parent-teacher conference? Are we talking about just your kid was late and you have to like walk him into the front door? Because I know like last year, I got my son to school on time most of the time. The couple times I had to walk in. There are times I drive to school in pajamas. Even now, when I drive my son to school, I have pajama bottoms on right now. We all do that with online teaching. So you're just walking in the school. I mean, come on, let us wear pajamas. But yes, if you're coming in to volunteer or a parent-teacher conference, then I can see where she's coming from. Okay, there's more. Jeans that are torn from your buttocks all the way down, showing lots of skin, will not be permitted in the building or the premises. Okay, I actually heard about this story on the news before reading it to you guys. And the news, they just said no ripped jeans. Now that I printed off the actual like letter the principal wrote the kids from the internet. And this I could see, if your jeans are ripped from your butt. First of all, why do parents do that? Obviously someone did that because they had to say that around kids, okay? Leggings that are not leggings that are showing your bottom, where your body is not covered from the front or back, will not be permitted. Now, come on. What if a mom was going to pick up her kid right after aerobics class? This one I disagree with. This one I totally disagree with. Or what if like she's running from the aerobics class to the parent-teacher conference? I mean, come on. Okay, low-cut tops or revealing tops where you can see your breasts. Okay, why? Yeah, I understand this one. Why would you be wearing that in front of little kids at the school anyway? Again, obviously somebody did that. Sagging pants, shorts, jeans will not be permitted. Men wearing undershirts will not be permitted. Okay, I can see that one. We don't need to show our underwear around kids. Short shorts that are up to your behind. Yeah, we don't need to see your behind. I can totally see that. Daisy Dukes and lowrider shorts will not be permitted. Okay, I can see that too. Dresses that are up to your behind will not be permitted on the premises or in the building. All right, so most of these I can see. I can see why the principal would not want the parents doing that. Why do the parents think it's appropriate to go in the school with those things? I only agree with the pajamas if it's just you dropping off your kid, or the leggings. I mean, come on, leggings. Like I said, what if you're doing aerobics class and then but anything showing your breasts, but yes, I understand that. All right, so what do you guys think? I already told you my opinion, and the chat box has gone crazy. Let me see what you guys were saying while I was reading that. I'm going to try to scroll up so I can find the beginning. Danny says, I live in the South. I see this often. Okay, so you worked at a school. Did parents come to the school like that? Like dress showing their butt, or like jeans ripped up to their butt while they have a parent-teacher conference with you? Okay, Evelyn said in high school everyone dressed crazy. Okay, yeah, but those are kids. These are adults. Adults should know better. And my daughter's high school has a dress code, which I love. I'm happy. That helps me as a parent enforce dressing modestly. Actually, they've kind of loosened their dress code, because the dress code for high school and middle school used to be like your shorts couldn't be any longer than like the tip of your hands. And then that got confusing. Well, some people are taller than the other. What if they just grew a little? So now they've lessened them, and now I think they're more reasonable. It's like, as long as you can't see your butt and things like that. Yeah, I mean, we expect kids to do things like this. I mean, kids are going to push the envelope. These are adults. Adults should know better. We're not talking about high schoolers. Yes. This is dress code for the parents. Yes. So Danny, people people down here go lots of places in pajamas and caps and house shoes. I think it's to set a better example for the students. Yes, I mean, come on. I've seen people in pajamas at Walmart. Yes. But the modesty, I mean, but not house shoes, not curlers, not a shower cap. And yeah, if you're going to the school, there should be a little bit of respect that you should have for the teacher. You're going to show up to a parent teacher conference. What are you telling them if you're coming there with curlers in your hair? That's not very respectful. Evelyn, I wore PJs to school all the time. Ha ha ha. So, what kind of PJs? Are we talking maybe like sweatpants or something that's a solid color? Like, I have like solid color gray pajamas. Are we talking about they really look like pajamas? And obviously, there was no rules against it if you were allowed to do that at the school. And again, you are a high school student. These are parents who should know better. Let's see. Heather says it's draconian. I don't believe that we should have others pushing their morality on others. I don't see them telling kids not to dye their hair. Okay. I mean, I see that. Yes, you shouldn't be pushing your morality on others, but the revealing stuff, I mean, women showing breasts and their butt around children, I mean, that I think there should be a rule against. And who is we? This is a specific principal of her school who made the rules. So this is not, well, I do know that it's a public school, but this is not the government telling everybody how to dress. This is this principal telling these people how to dress. Heather says, I see kid walk around with drawers down to their knees all the time. I know. Yep. Yeah. But again, they're kids. Adults should know better. Down here, Danny says, down here, sagging stores have signs that say no saggy pants permitted. Yeah. So they have to say that. Heather, perhaps they should just send out a letter, but to make it a rule to enter the classroom. I know, but if they send a letter, would people do it? I don't know. I don't agree. Like, I don't want another mom showing her butt and her breasts around my children who are in elementary school. Like, it's only respectful of other people. Like, you have to make rules that consider other people. Like, there's certain areas where you're not allowed to curse. You're not allowed to drink in public. I mean, so sometimes you have to make rules for the better of everybody else. No clothes permitted. Wow. All right. Heather says, perhaps they should. Okay, I read that part. They have someone else's children. Right. These are, yes, there's a group of children you've got to protect. All right, Evelyn, they didn't say you can't be naked. Yeah, I guess not. But again, but it's a crime to be naked in the United States. So there's that. Heather says, this is a truly slippery slope. I know. I think they're going a little far by including like leggings. But I do, like if I were the principal, I would say if you're showing anything, I wouldn't like pajamas, but I would even let that slide. But if you're showing any of your body parts that shouldn't be shown to children. Danny said all the time, we have to look at the area. Is it a poor area? I don't know. So this is in James Madison High School in Houston, Texas. Go ahead. If anyone wants to Google it now, tell me if it's a poor area. But usually the ripped jeans cost more, so might be cheaper to buy a pair of jeans that aren't ripped anyway. Good morning. Hi, Marianne. Good morning. Just on for a little bit. We are talking about a dress code for the parents, Marianne, not a school dress code for high schoolers. This is a elementary school in Houston, Texas, where the principal had to give a dress code to the parents. So, and they're not allowed in the building. So anyways, if you want to watch the video, I don't want to redo everything, but basically there's parents going there with curlers in their hair, pajamas, jeans ripped up to their butt, their breasts showing. This is an elementary school. Yes, I second that. The dress code. Yeah, I can see it. Like I was saying earlier, the only one I don't see is the leggings, because a lot of people might go to aerobics class, then go right to the school. And yeah, so you guys have already been telling me what you think. So Yes, I think it's ridiculous that they had to tell people. Obviously, this was a problem if they had to tell people that. Anyways, if anyone has any other opinions, mostly the opinions have already been said. So, you guys, those of you who are friends with me on Facebook already have seen this. Tick season forecast, much worse this year. This is my local paper. So I'm just going to read you one paragraph. There is a new kind of tick. So I know I have viewers from all over the country. So this is found in many other states. New Jersey was where it was first found. It includes Virginia, where I live. A new invasive species called an Asian longhorn tick. It first surfaced in Virginia. This tick lays as many as 2,000 eggs at a time and can produce without mating. Is that not scary? It doesn't need another tick to mate with and can produce 2,000 ticks at a time. This is like science fiction, seriously, like a science fiction movie. Even this article says this reeks of science fiction. Thoughts of hundreds of ticks on a person, pet, or animal in the wild is enough to produce nightmares. So, and yes, gross and scary. We've already done lots of videos, and Danny has some about ticks and protecting yourself, but it is really bad this year. So you really, really should take my advice this year. Danny, I know you told me that you found ticks on you over the weekend. I hope you checked again and everything was good and everybody took flowers. Florida was releasing GM mosquitoes. Disgusting. And yeah, it is terrifying. So, and I've already seen on my local moms pages, several moms, my kid had a tick. They're bad this year. On clothes, not on the body. Yes, we check. Oh, good. Did you have permethrin on your clothes? Because it should have killed them if you did. To combat Zika. Okay. You know what? There's worse stuff than Zika. Lyme disease is much worse than Zika. And there is many, many more people suffering from Lyme disease than from Zika. That's all I have to say about that. I know it went crazy when Zika came out, which I didn't understand. I was trying to tell everybody Lyme disease is much worse, a much faster growing disease. Yeah, I don't know why they would GM that. That's gross. If everybody can like my video, that would be great. Danny said, I forgot to bring my permethrin to spray. Just had body spray. I was mad at myself. Yeah, because definitely would have killed the ticks that got on your clothes. But at least you got them. Hopefully they found all of them. So anyways, those were the two things I had to talk about today. Okay. All right, Heather. I won't read that out loud. All right. So those were the two main things I have to talk about. If anyone has anything to say about those topics, and tell me how your classes were. How many classes did I have today? 9, 8, 10, 7. 7 or 8 classes. Marianne said, I saw your video on Lyme disease when I was running the other day. It was great. It was a good video. Yep. And then she also has another smaller, shorter one about how to protect yourself. Yes, Heather has a new channel now. She's Quirky Teacher. And Danny, you probably don't know this because you were away, but she's going to go live on Friday. She's taking over Friday. So, yes, wonderful. We found someone for Friday. And the bad news for me, I'm not going to be able to come to everybody's live this week. I'm going to miss both Evelyn's and I'm going to miss Heather's. I'm working at my other jobs a couple days this week. I'll be at Danny's. I'm off on Wednesday. But if I so happen to get a break when you're live, I'll pop on real quick and I'll try to watch it later. So, yeah, 0 classes. So you must have taken the day off, Marianne. You usually have 15. Yeah, Danny, I'll be at yours. I have Wednesday off. So, like I said, I'll watch everybody's later. I had one kid that was new. I had a short notice. I'm happy for the extra $2. But this kid, he was a level 6. Has anybody had a level 6 that thinks they know it all? This was a level 6 that thought he knew everything. and he didn't even have perfect pronunciation. Now, obviously, they don't know everything. That's why they're taking classes from VIPKID, and we're the teacher. But you couldn't tell him anything. It was one of those classes. He would literally like make fun of the way that I would pronounce the word when I was trying to teach him new words. You know how you're supposed to get him to teach new words or repeat new words twice? When I tried to get him to say it again, he would just start talking over me. So then he would read the passage and get the word wrong. So I hope I didn't let my frustration show with this boy, but I did say this. I did say, well, that's why we repeat the word twice, to make sure we got the pronunciation. And then he did repeat it twice from then on out. But definitely one of those level 6, you couldn't tell him anything. Yeah, but it's okay. I'll take the pay plus the extra $2 for it. I'm happy that slot got booked because that was one that booked overnight. How was everybody else's classes? Marianne, that must have been nice. How did sleeping in? Are you taking the whole week off because your daughter's home? Yes, and you should take advantage of those incentives for Memorial Weekend. We talked about that too. I just kept smiling. That's what you have to do, Danny. How is he or she annoying? Everybody else, how are your classes? So, yeah. I want to know about your classes, but so Heather said, you know what they say, hire a child when they still know everything. I know. What's that saying? The teenagers that know everything, quick, go buy your own car, rent your own house. You know everything, right? You go back tomorrow, 3 days off. Oh, Marianne, I'm happy you came to my live, even though you're off. You still made time to come here. That's awesome. Kind of jelly, not too bad. Yelly. Maybe you meant something else. What do you mean yelly? Somebody yelled in your class? What do you mean by that? All right. Well, that must be nice, Marianne. How was time with your daughter? I'm sure it was wonderful. Heather said, I had a positive feedback stating that my feedback was detailed and they were happy with it. Well, good. Oh, speaking of, Heather, is this still true? Are you talking about Ed Nace's book on Friday when you do your live? If anybody does not know who Ed Nace is, type it there in the box. I'm assuming everybody knows who he is, so I'm not going to explain it. But if you don't know who he is, I'll explain it. Hi, Kim. I'm sorry I was at the DMV. Oh, not fun. Nobody likes the DMV. Hopefully it wasn't too painful, Kim. Evelyn said I had a student no-show, taught 5 classes, got paid for 6. You guys, speaking of student no-shows, I had 3 student no-shows on Saturday. Did anybody else have a lot on Saturday? Because I saw on the Facebook pages there was a whole bunch. Anyways, I'll take 3 classes that I didn't teach and got paid for. Danny said, oh, good, Heather. Detailed feedback's important. If anyone wants to see how I use Panda. Yeah, I would actually love to see Panda. He said, thanks for the shout out, but don't know if he will be showing up. I gave him the time and date. Okay, but Heather, even if he doesn't come, you can still talk about the book. I want to hear about it. I have not read his book yet, you guys. I want to. It is on my list. You guys, I do not have time to read unless I'm on vacation. So, like, I plan to read his book next time I'm on vacation. And you guys probably ask, like, how do you not have time to read? You're always in doctor office waiting rooms. When you're in doctor office waiting rooms, you get so many interruptions that, like, I've tried to read a book, you read a sentence, and then you try to go back to it. Like, it's just not good for reading books, like maybe a magazine article or the internet. Like, I can't read a book in the waiting rooms. But when I go on vacation, that is on my list. And I hear he's coming out with a new book. Those of you who are on his Facebook page know about, like, teaching styles, I think it is. Heather says it's fantastic. Yes, I heard from other YouTubers, you guys. I think teacher Janice and teacher Laura both have talked about him and they shared some of his tips. So I've started using some of his tips just from what I've heard from other people. If teachers find something good, they just want to talk about it. Like, that's why Heather wants to talk about it. So since I haven't read the book, I would love to hear more about it. I really hope you keep that as your topic, Heather, and talk about it. I want to hear about it. I want to hear about the book. I hear he's really good. Kim is not a person, not a bot. Haha. Let's see. Is your head... Oh, really? Can't hear me? Is your headset on only one ear or class? Is your headset only on one ear in class 2? I don't know. Hold on. Do you hear when I do this? Let me make sure. Let me just play with it a little bit. Kim says, I'm excited for Ed new book. Kim, you got a picture. You got a picture on your YouTube thing. That's great. Now, and I did look you up on Facebook. So now I see what you look like. I bought the condensed version, but I want the expanded. How much is it? I'm just curious. I'll probably buy the expanded. If I'm on vacation, I'll have time to read it. I plan on it. Only covers one ear. Yeah. So, right. So that I can hear in the other ear. I've worked a lot of TV jobs. I actually like having one ear where you can hear what's going on around you, not where both ears are completely covered. Evelyn says she can hear me loud and clear. Yeah, I prefer that. Like if one of my kids had an emergency, I'd be able to hear out of this ear. $40. Oh, wow. That's pretty expensive. $40 for the whole book. But you think it's worth it. It would get you enough new students and enough classes to make up that $40, hopefully. So that would be teaching at least 4 classes. Okay, 4 new students about approximately for most of us, different base pays. I bought the $10 one, only cover one ear too. Oh, the headsets. Yeah, I don't like both of them. Okay, bye, Marianne. See you next time. All right, yeah, I'm probably going to go soon, you guys. I ran out of things to talk about, and I have a lot to do. But anybody want to tell us anything or talk about anything or say anything before I end this live? So Evelyn goes live Tuesday and Thursdays at 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central. Danny goes live at 9 or 10 Eastern, and Heather is going live at 10 or 9 for you guys on the Central. He gives a percentage he gives a percentage off if you bought the condensed version. Okay, so if you buy the condensed version and then later you decide I want the expanded version, he gives you a little time off. Okay. Sounds good. All right, so Evelyn, I will try to pop into your live tomorrow if I get a break, and if not, I will try to read it later. All right, everybody, have a great day. All right, I will see you next week. I'll talk to you next week. I'll talk to you all at each other's lives, though. All right, bye, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.